Our history does dictate that we are or have a Judeo-Christian foundation. And that's part of who we are. And to throw that away for the sake of political correctness, I think, is very dangerous.
Presidential candidate Dr. Ben Carson earlier this year on CNN discussing faith and values in our nation. According to the good doctor, faith has played a major role in his life. He often credits his Christian faith for transforming him from a violent person to a person of understanding and profound faith. As a result, perhaps, Carson has surged to the top of the polls in Iowa and nationally, and he's done so with the support of evangelicals. Obviously now, on top, he's a target. But given the ferocity of some in the media, could it be his standing in the polls or perhaps the Christian values he espouses? For more on this, we're pleased to welcome in my old friend David Limbaugh from Newsmax, New York. David is the author of the new book, The Emmaus Code, Finding Jesus in the Old Testament. David, the book sounds great, and I want to get to that, but first, current events with politics and faith. Do you think the dominant media culture has a skepticism about Carson largely because of his faith?
I don't think there's any doubt about it. And great to see you, J.D. It's been a long time, and we're good buddies from the old days.
Yes, sir.
When the media went after Carson the other day about the pyramid story and Joseph storing grain in the pyramids, making fun of him, ridiculing him, and saying all the archaeological evidence disputes that. Well, I'm sure that's true, and that it isn't true, and that Carson had this theory, and it's probably wrong. But I don't think that's really what was bothering the media. I think what bothers them is that he believes the biblical account that Joseph stored grain so that during the famine, they would be able to serve the people that were hungry in Egypt and the rest of the world. I clearly believe that's a historical event that the Bible told, and I believe the Bible's divinely inspired. Carson believes that. That's what they're really poo-pooing about him about. They prefer to believe the Darwinian view that something came out of nothing, that matter came from non-matter, that then life sprang from non-life, and then we evolved from apes. That's more believable than that Joseph stored some grain, whether it was in the pyramids or not. But I'm talking about that's the dominant media culture that ridicules Christianity, and that's where we are.
And of course, thankfully, we're not the media, we're Newsmax TV, so with the 2 minutes we have left, let's talk about your new book. You have said that Christians should not only focus on the New Testament. Why should we look more closely at the Old Testament?
The Old Testament is foundational to the New. The same God that is in the Old Testament is in the New Testament. God is changeless. People have the wrong idea. So many, even Christians, have the wrong idea about the Old Testament, that it's arcane names and places, confusing genealogies. The truth is that it is not just a bunch of disjointed moral stories. It is a salvation history of God's redemptive plan for mankind. Man's fallen nature, God gave us a plan of redemption through faith in Jesus Christ, and the Old Testament is replete with pointers to Jesus Christ, from typology to messianic prophecies to Christophanies, which are appearances of Christ in the Old Testament before he became fully incarnate in the New Testament, to the biblical covenants, which all point towards the redemptive plan of God that ultimately find their fulfillment in Jesus Christ in his perfect sacrifice. You know, the Old Testament sacrifices were imperfect, animal sacrifices that could not provide a means to salvation, but Jesus Christ's perfect life and then his sacrificial death on the cross leads to eternal life for those who appropriate his finished work on the cross and put faith in him. But all the Old Testament points to Christ, and that seems counterintuitive, but once you realize it, it's exciting. The Old Testament will come alive, the Bible will all seem then integrated, and your faith will be enhanced and enriched, I dare say.
And that's why I'm going to read your new book. The name of David's new book, again, is The Emmaus Code, Finding Jesus in the Old Testament. It's got to be great reading. And we'll be back with more right after this.